He has made claims, he made them again today, that he travelled to London in 2002 to meet what he says were founder members of this organisation called the Knights Templar, a far-right organisation. Now, he initially asserted that in his police statement last year. The police and the prosecution don't believe that this organisation even exists. They're portraying or attempting to portray Breivik today as something of a fantasist. They went on to claims that he went to Liberia to meet Serbian militants, and he was asked to give names and details. He refused to do so because he said he doesn't want others to be arrested. That's his defence for not giving any information. But you could see on his face that he was getting agitated by the prosecution, basically saying, you're a liar, you're making it up, you're a fantasist. And in fact, the judge said to him at one point, listen, you can't hit back at the prosecution, you have a choice, you either answer the questions or you don't. But you get a very clear sense now of what the prosecution's strategy in terms of his assertion of wider links is. They're simply trying to portray him as someone making it up, making up a history. He is a fantasist.
And in terms of the proceedings, how long does this blackout for the cameras, how long does that go on for?
It certainly will last for the next few days. In terms of Breivik's testimony, the court has decided that cannot be broadcast on television. The issue really was, or the sense was, he could use it for propaganda purposes, and nobody in Norway wanted that. I have to say, Dermot, there's been a bit of a shift over the last day. You saw people talking last night, reading in the newspapers what he'd said, hearing the reporters talking about it on television. I heard many Norwegians saying, well, maybe we should have just let him say this in his own words on television, and then we could have decided ourselves whether he is sane or not, whether he is rational or not. It's a difficult process for Breivik himself in the court, because he absolutely wants to portray himself as a rational and a sane human being. So he has to be very conscious of his demeanour. He has to, I suppose, hold his annoyance today with the prosecution in check to some extent. He said yesterday, I hope to establish that I am sane. The reason why he wants to establish that is so that he can establish in his own mind that his acts were rational, that he is not criminally responsible for what he did in July last year.